Yo, yo, yo. What up? Oh, dang.
That was a good one.
Well, today is P-Day, obviously. And we had a pretty good week this week. I don't know. It was interesting. What did we do last Monday, Elder?
Last Monday we had P-Day.
No, but after.
Last Monday sucked.
Yeah, I don't remember it being very good. Anyway, Wow. Well, that was lame. Trying to think what happened this week.
When do you send this recording?
When I email.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah. So. Stop.
There you go.
Yeah, so this week we had some interesting things happen. The middle of the week was pretty boring, but the weekend got interesting. On Friday, wow, we were tracting on this one street, and first off, I'm gonna back up a little bit. So in the middle of the week, we were tracting in the same place, and we were knocking some apartments, and we were knocking on this one door where it was next to, like, there was these two doors right next to each other. One of them was open, and there was this dude walking around outside getting the mail.
Have you not told him about it yet?
No.
Pretty sure you did.
I did on the nightly one, but this is the weekly thing. Okay. Anyway, so we knock on this one door, no one answers, but then, like, right as we were, like, gonna walk away, the guy that was outside, was walking back into his apartment. We were like, hey, how's it going? And he's like, not good. And we were like, oh, man, what's going on? And then he continued to tell us all about all of these problems that he has had. Yeah. All of his problems that he has had in the last little bit. He said that his wife left him. He got kicked out of his house. He lost his job. He has nowhere to go. He was living with his best friend, but then his best friend attacked him, and then they got charges pressed on each other. Like, they pressed charges on each other. Now they have a restraining order on each other, so they can't be close, obviously. And
He lost his mom.
so his mom died too. His ex-wife died.
No, she didn't die. She abused him.
Oh, yeah, his wife physically was abusing him, and he had some pretty rough stuff. And then he's like, I feel like he's like, this whole town is just left me behind. No one even cares. He's like, they told me if I got clean from drugs, they would help me out. And he's like, now I've been clean for meth for 7 months, and no one has helped me out for anything. And he just told us all these problems. And then he was like, he said something. He's like, I've gotten to the point now where I don't even want to be here anymore. And then he was like, excuse me, I gotta go. I got a job to do.
I have to finish the job.
Yeah, he's like, I gotta finish a job. And we were like, well, like, what? Like, just like, we kept talking to him. And he told us that he was planning on going in and committing suicide right there that day. Like, at that moment, he was going to go inside and do it. And so we were like, whoa. So we talked to him for like 30 minutes, and he kept trying to shut the door. He's like, well, I got to go finish something. I got a job to do right now. I got to do something right now. And we were like, just trying to talk to him and like stall so that we could like...
We knew that if you closed the door, it was goodbye, John.
Dang, Elder.
Well, come on. It's true.
Yeah, but...
We were trying to...
Anyway,
we were trying to save his life.
We were really trying to save his life, basically.
Like literally.
Yeah, I guess literally. But so that was interesting. We talked to him for a while, And then he was like crying. He was a mess. And then like a couple days later, we went back to see if he was okay. And
wait, you didn't even tell him the best part.
What?
Plan of salvation
That's not even like a cool.
But that was your part.
Okay, I gave him all we had in English on us was a Plan of Salvation pamphlet, and so we gave it to him, and he opened it up. One of the pages is Jesus Christ in Gethsemane praying, and he turned to that. He like opened to that, and he started crying, and he was just like kissing the picture and like crying, and it was pretty sad to see. But then we like got him calmed down as much as we could. But then we went back a couple days later to see if he was okay, and we talked to his friend, and he said that he was still alive and he was good. He was just yeah. But we found out he's alive still, so that's good. So that happened during the week. And then on Friday we went Saturday.
Was a good day.
Saturday, we went and tracted that same area. We were tracting those same apartments because we hadn't knocked them all out yet. And we talked to this couple who, this one, we were like, hey, how's it going? He's like, oh, good. And he didn't really seem like he was going to talk to us. And so we were like, have you, like, I don't know. We talked to him for a second. Then we're like, have you ever talked to missionaries before? And he's like, oh, yeah, tons of times. But usually I talk to them for so long, and then eventually they just get embarrassed and don't want to talk to me anymore. And we were like,
I usually embarrass them.
Yeah, he's like, I usually embarrass them, I make them confused, and we were just like, okay. And then he started saying some weird stuff, but we were like asking him, we were like, so what do you like?
First of all, his name is Todd.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. Just a background information. His name is Todd. So then we ask him, so like, what do you believe in? Do you believe in God and Jesus Christ? And he's like, I believe in Todd. And then he looks at my name tag. He's like, I believe in Harman. I believe in Verpalumbo. And we're just like, oh, okay. Do you believe there's like a higher power? Or? And he's like, I believe in Todd.
Todd's a higher power.
Yeah, he's like, Todd's the higher power. I'm higher than anyone else in the world right now. And we were just like, wow, I'm sure you are. And yeah, so that was interesting. And then we asked him, we were like, okay. Oh, I don't even want to say what he's called us. Okay, he's told us that I'm not going to say it.
What? That's like the funniest part.
No, it's not. He told us, he compared us to something that is not very good. But anyway.
You already said it in your nightly though.
Anyway, so yeah. And then we like asked him, we were like, well, do you guys like, because he was just saying random crap. He was not interested. So we were like, well, do you know anyone like in this area that needs help with anything? And he turns to his wife and he's like, well, that's for you to answer. And then she just laughed a little bit, but then got really serious and was like, well, we just got kicked out of our apartment. We lost our jobs. Our car got impounded. All of our clothes are in the car. We've been living out of our car for a while. Our kids got taken away by child services or whatever. And just started naming all these problems that they have as well. And we were like, wow. And then they started hugging each other and like crying. And then they just stood there for like a minute or two without saying anything to us. And we just stood there like super confused on what we should do, if we should just leave or not. And then Elder Verapalumbo was like, he's just like, oh, well, like, even though times are hard, like, you just got to keep pushing forward and, you know, at least you have each other. And then they just like, I almost started laughing. It was sad, but I almost started laughing because when he said that. And then they just walked away and didn't even say a word to us. And we just looked at each other and were like, okay. And then we left as well. But So that happened, and then we talked to this guy that told us this plan, this equation on how we can retire in 7 years. So we don't know how true that is, and he loves the Mormon church, but he just won't be Mormon because he loves drinking his barley soda, is what he called it. That means beer, but
Dude, he knew his Bible stuff and
kinda
he knew some stuff, but every time he would be like, yeah, so one thing I like about the Mormon church though.
Yeah, he just kept saying.
And then he would say, another thing I like about the Mormon church is this.
And then we would bring something up, and he'd be like, yeah, that's what I love about the Mormon church. Yeah. And we're just like, bro, just be Mormon. And then his wife too. The wife loved us even more, but she's like, won't be Mormon either.
But she said, I probably would have been baptized if it wasn't for this guy. Didn't she say that?
No, she said that there was just a couple things that she doesn't want to do or something like that. They're that she doesn't agree with. But yeah, they were interesting. And then we're tracting. We knock into this pretty cool girl. She's 19. We taught a lesson with her, and she's pretty cool. We have an appointment with her next week. And then we talked to this other lady. Her name's Gloria. She's pretty chill.
Tell them the background of Jack, beforehand.
Yeah. So while we were knocking on those doors, there was this dude down the street sitting on the corner. And he was just smoking like crazy, and he was coughing super loud and a lot. And we were just and he had been sitting there a couple days before smoking as well, and I was just like, oh, that guy's kind of weird. And then we knock on this one door, we're talking to this lady, and we're like, well, do you know your neighbors, if any of them are going through a hard time, need some help, or speak Spanish? And she's like, well, that guy over there, he needs some help. He's schizophrenic or something. And we're just
she's in her 60s.
Yeah, she's in her 60s. She's just this sassy old lady. And we're just oh, okay, what's wrong with him? And he was outside in the yard, and she's oh, he just walks around and he just yells and makes noise. He acts like he's talking to somebody, but there ain't nobody there.
Tell someone to fight him.
Yeah, he always yells telling people to fight him, but there's nobody there. I think he's schizophrenic or something. And then we were leaving, we're walking by, and he was just going whoa, whoa.
Meanwhile we were talking to her.
Yeah, while we were talking, he was making noises, and then he was just yelling random profanity. Yeah. And then we're walking, and all of a sudden he makes this crazy noise, and I felt like I was in Jurassic Park or something, but he just goes, wow!
Oh, your face.
And he just did this huge, long scream. And it was whack, but we think he might be possessed. So that's where we're at with him. Also, we named him Jack. We don't know his name. We're too scared to talk to him. But his name is Jack. He's this big, huge guy with a huge beard. And just terrifying.
Probably 6'2".
Yeah, he's 6'2". Probably weighs 260, 280. He's a big dude. Yeah. And I don't know.
He always waves at us.
Yeah, he always waves, but he waves it when there's nobody there as well. Yeah, so it's kind of creepy. Yeah. But that is basically all the coolest stuff that happened this week. We had some good lessons as well, but that was just the interesting, weird things.
And dinner.
Oh, we had dinner with this really old lady on Sat. Oh yeah, on Friday we had dinner with this lady who she couldn't hear anything. We kept trying to ask her questions, and she just couldn't hear us at all. One of the elders that we eat dinner with, his name's Elder Rigby, and he was like, "So what's your favorite scripture in the Book of Mormon?" And she just walks away. She's like, I make more tacos. She just walked into the kitchen to make more tacos. Didn't even hear what he said. And then the whole time she was just sitting on the couch, just doing her own thing while we were having our own conversation because she couldn't hear anything. And then the next night we had dinner with this other old lady. She's from Bolivia, and we got there at 5. and we left at 6:40, and she talked literally the whole entire time. We did not get a word in at all. When we left the dinner, I could still hear her voice in my head. It was crazy.
Took one bite.
Yeah, she didn't even
food.
eat. She had a sandwich thingy with a meatball. She took one bite of it.
The whole hour.
The whole hour and a half that we were there.
Her plate was still full when we left.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. She talked the whole time, and yeah. Anyway, that was our week. It was an interesting week, but yeah, it went by pretty quick as well. But this recording's getting a little long. I don't know if it's gonna fit on the email, so I'm gonna have to go. So we'll talk to y'all next week. Deuces.